Richard, it's so nice to meet you today, and congratulations on the movie. Having been introduced to The Hobbit at the age of 11, this must have been just an absolute dream come true for you.
It really was, and you know, that book was read to me in primary school by a teacher who did all of the voices so brilliantly that I then went away and picked up the book myself. Coming back to it at 40 and trying to remember all of those ideas and those character faces that my imagination had created was really interesting, because we're so used to visual medium now that, you know, and I'm so used to Peter's Lord of the Rings trilogy that Middle-earth has been immortalised. So yeah, it was a really interesting thing to do. I
believed you worked so hard to get into the role that you actually started to dream as Thorin. That's just completely mental.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of rare, but there was one very intense period of filming, and it's actually when we were in movie 3 and we were about to enter the mountain, and I started to dream about tunnels and going deeper into the mountain, and it was interesting because Graham, who plays Dwalin, was with me, but his wife was also with me, so it was sort of life and story were morphing together.
And just how far did you have to go as an actor to get into this role? Because obviously you wanted to put everything into it and make it be as good as it could be.
Yeah, I mean, you go to New Zealand as prepared as you can, so I read as much Tolkien as I could, and I read the book and around the book, and then we started work physically, and we did this 6 weeks of dwarf training, fighting, sword fighting, horse riding. So then you start work with a big toolkit of skills that you can use. And then, of course, there's parts of yourself that you try to bring to the character. So all in all, it was really fulfilling in every way. I mean, I feel like my own expectations have been surpassed.
And how much of you then is in Thorin? I
think there is some of me in there. I think I have a bit of thunder in my heart. You know, I think there's always a bit of anger there somewhere, and there's I think a humility that I tried to carry myself with, that I wanted to bring to the character. But there's also a bit of Peter Jackson in there as well.
Really? Of course, Peter Jackson, dream director. It must be so amazing to work with someone who's just so passionate about what they do.
Yes, absolutely. And he really won't take no for an answer from anyone, which is the best thing, because when he says, "Can I possibly do this? Can I make the screen do this?" You know, no one says no to him, which is why he pushes the boundaries of cinema and technology. You know, the whole world of prosthetics, the whole world of animatronics, it's all moved forward because of Peter's uncompromising mind.
He's amazing, yeah. So of course you're the ringleader here of 13 haphazard dwarves who you must have some amount of fun on set.
Yeah, I mean, I remember, because Thorin isn't in the bag end scene in our version, and I remember watching through the window at them all having a food fight and getting drunk and feeling very envious.
Were you jealous?
I was jealous. I felt very left out of the party. But yeah, the boot camp was really great because it pulled us together, and we had an improvisation where we went out into the woods and became like an SAS team, sort of hiding from orcs. So
that's so cool.
Yeah, it was great. They were such a great group of guys.
And would it be true to say then, I think you said this before, that you would credit The Hobbit, the book, with, I mean, making you an actor in the first place?
Yes, absolutely. I think, you know, at 11 years old, my imagination had been stimulated and was being crafted at that point, you know, and you go back and recall those ideas, those emotions that you connect with reading a story for yourself or being read to. So yes, I do think that it is responsible for, you know, that
Brilliant,
choice.
It's perfect. And of course, you only found out while you were filming the first one that you actually had 3 movies in the making here. I personally cannot wait to see what else is in store. What are you most excited for now?
I think I'm most excited about seeing that dragon, because it's the thing that we've all forgotten about. Benedict Cumberbatch, and I think because no one's seen it, no one's seen the concept art. The only thing anyone's seen is that eye at the end of the first film. So it's going to be a big surprise.
And do you get to work with Benedict at all? Did you?
No, I haven't yet. No, I haven't. I think Martin has, but Thorin never quite comes in contact with the dragon.
Brilliant. Well, I cannot wait to see what's in store. Richard, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
This is Oakrist, the Goblin Cleaver.
A famous blade, forged by the high elves of the West. My kin. May it serve you well.
And this is Glamdring.
The foe hammer, sword of the King of Gondolin. These swords were made for the goblin wars of the first...
I wouldn't bother, laddie. Swords are named for the great deeds they do in war.
What are you saying? My sword hasn't seen battle?
No, actually, sure, it is a sword. More of a letter opener, really.